Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Hallo Life. And thank you to all of those who subscribed or liked or shared. I really do appreciate it. So this week, the messages from the runes in the I-Ching are traveling from the I-Ching and from the runes, forgiveness. So let's read what is written in the I-Ching under hexagram 56. The key questions here are, what do you bring with you into each new situation? What does this place ask of you? And where are you going? The traveler is on a journey of his own, just passing through this place and staying for a while. To be the traveler means that you're not at home here. You know you don't belong. Also, you have a strong personal direction. Wherever you find yourself for now, you know it does not define you. So if we think of the concept of traveling, what are you carrying with you? So what is your baggage? Where are you going? What do you want to achieve? What is your goal? And are you running away from something or are you moving towards something? Because we have to remember that wherever you go, there's your stuff. So we can't move away from our issues. We need to work on them, resolve them, and then move forward. So very often we try to move away from a situation because we don't want to be stuck with our stuff, but our stuff remains. So we also might not be able to travel as easily as we could in the past. So maybe we should consider different forms of travel, like becoming a soul traveler. So using your intuition and your meditations and doing some astral traveling or teleportation or experimenting with all these Aquarian age concepts of taking your vision into other places and experimenting and exploring with how you can move yourself around this earth while keeping your physical body in the same place. It's just a suggestion and can be quite exciting. The rune is forgiveness. So the healing rune, forgiveness. In the healing runes, we read, a life in transition draws upon forgiveness in order to make peace with the past. Receiving this rune, you are asked to consider, who is it that calls out to you for your forgiveness? And to whom do you call out? For all of you who find the courage in your heart to forgive those who betrayed you, this rune brings a blessing. So forgiveness is very much letting go of that baggage that you're carrying with you on your journey when you're traveling through life. So letting go of a grudge. Why do we hold on to resentment and a grudge? Sometimes it's because the anger and that intense feeling gives us energy. It gives us strength to hold onto something, to blame something, to blame the past or a person or a situation for how our lives are today. So in other words, if we are resorting to anger and hate, we're resorting to feelings of fear. Both anger and hate are rooted in fear. So we spend our lives living in fear, looking back, having anger towards something or someone or a circumstance so that we can say, well, it's because of them that I can't get my life on track today. In other words, you're giving that person or that circumstance power over your life today. So they might just as well still be with you. In other words, get that out of your system. Release the past. If you're waiting for somebody to say sorry before you feel better about yourself, you are giving them power over your inner peace. By releasing that grudge, you give the issue, the circumstance, the baggage back to them. So hand the baggage back to them so that they need to deal with it. If you keep carrying it, they don't have to take responsibility for it. There are no consequences. It is all about energy. So get into that feeling of, here's the baggage. This is what I feel you did to me. I'm so angry at you that I'm carrying this fear and rage inside of me, which is going to make me ill. I'm going to take this and I'm going to give it back to you. So it's letting go of holding on to that emotion, which is serving absolutely no purpose except holding you back from living your life. So travel lightly and give the baggage back to the person who gave it to you. And the astrology for this week is finding balance with unexpected changes. And in this circumstance, holding onto your self-esteem. So have the courage to express yourself. Also look at your emotional investments. Where do you invest your emotional energy? And what is the return on the investment? There must be a return on investment. We need reciprocity that brings in the balance. You give, you receive, and there's balance. All right, so let's have a look at the cards, the Light Seers Tarot, see what the messages are from the cards this week. 25th to the 31st of October. See what the cards have to say. And see if any of this resonates for you or with you. Okay, in the central theme here, we have the Hierophant and we have the Page of Cups. So the Hierophant is very often our spirit guide. It's also the opinion leader. So the Page of Cups is new ideas about emotional energy, emotions. Cups are emotions. So thinking differently about something. And that could well be thinking differently about investing in a relationship that's not rewarding. So if somebody is not giving you what you need in a relationship, especially on the emotional level, if they're cold and detached, there's no purpose if that's what you need in a relationship. Some people are very happy to be in a non-committal type of relationship or in a relationship that is not emotionally based. Some people do need that, the more tactile, huggy type relationships. If you're not getting that, you'll never be satisfied. So let's just see how we go along with this. All right. So in the past, the Knight of Wands, so taking action, the Queen of Swords, raising your thought process, thinking differently, viewing circumstances differently, creating a new way of dealing with things. So where do I put my energy? I will put my energy there. I'm not going to take any more notice of that behavior. I will pull back, the Queen of Swords. I will sit back, I will reflect, and I will be the observer instead of this reactive, fire. So it's being less reactive. So look at the circumstance, what is happening. Don't react before you've had a proper view of it. And here we have the, going forward, the Death and Rebirth, the Eight of Wands, which is messages, news, more action. So Death and Rebirth. The Death and Rebirth card is definitely a transition. It's the ending of an old way of being and coming into a new way of being. So what surrounds you, what's in your thoughts, the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is in many people's thoughts these days. It's often referred to as the poverty card. But the thing is that this girl in the card, I'm not sure whether you can see, but she's sitting outside a temple and the temple light is on, but she's not going in. In other words, if you're feeling poverty on some level, if you're feeling you don't have what you need to be happy. It doesn't have to be financial. It can be love, it can be friendship, it can be mental stimulation, it can be excitement, it can be anything. Open the temple door and ask. We always forget to ask. We have a whole spiritual team just waiting for our requests, but we don't ask. We sit and we wait for what I don't know. And then the strength card is in the environment around you. So you have the strength to do this. You have the strength to move forward. In the wishes, hopes, and dreams card, the moon, surrender. Surrender. So learn to surrender and trust the outcome. Allow the unfolding process. So this behavior in the past was pushing, going too fast. It's like the 8 of Wands. I want an answer now. I want this to happen now. Everything's got to happen now. Sit back, review, look at what you've done, look at where you are at. And then the 3 of Wands in the outcome is looking what's coming in. I've planted seeds. I've had the transition. I've put my message out there. Now let whatever needs to come in, come in. Don't force it. Because when we force it, it's our will. We can't keep forcing our will. We need, as the moon says, to surrender to divine will. What is meant to come in will come in. Trust the process, but be active in it. So participate in it. So be the co-creator of your life. Let's see what the angel cards have to say for this week. 25th to the 31st. Yeah. I made a mistake last time with the date. Oh, buddy. Okay. Oh, isn't this wonderful? Archangel Michael. So the Archangel Michael is with us this week. What a wonderful Archangel, the mighty Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael rules the throat chakra. So speak your truth, but it's how you say it. It's not that you say it, it's how you say it. So remember this Queen of Swords, stepping back, introspection, not leaping in, like the Knight of Wands with a fiery leaping in and jumping to conclusions. Step back and ask Archangel Michael for help. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend and a fabulous week ahead.